Reanimating a dormant series like SSX could have been tricky. The franchise never faltered enough for a full reboot, but 5 years out isn't long enough for people to have forgotten what made the old ones great. Luckily, the SSX of 2012 wraps up its special brand of snowboarding in a modern package whilst protecting the fun-loving heart of the series. Those who've panicked when they saw the darker Deadly Descent trailer need not have worried. This SSX leaves you light and airy like the powder beneath your board. Here's our review. The game starts you off in World Tour, a sort of story mode introducing Team SSX, the mechanics and the 9 real-world mountain ranges that form the game's core. These introductory 6 hours are a blisteringly paced, character-swapping, globe-hopping race to conquer the 9 different deadly descents, but more on those later. The character roster is a mix of fresh faces and series stalwarts. The vets, Elise, Mac, Kaori, Moby, Simon, Zoe and Griff look a bit more realistic this time, losing a little of their personality though in the process, especially in the case of the once-crazed Simon. Newbies, surfer Tane, rich girl Alex and rookie Ty are relatively uninspiring by series standards. Still though, every character feels different, and every player will have a favourite, whether it's the bloated Moby, Zoe who just won't stop shadowboxing, or our personal choice, the awesome Kaori. Then you've got a compelling levelling and kit customization system, with new boards and outfits giving you better boost, twistier tricks, or a big head and hands. Once the World Tour is done and dusted, the real game begins in Explore mode, which allows you to tackle any of the 150+ drops. Events are split into 3 categories: Race It, Trick It, Survive It. Racing and tricking is nothing new to SSX and will feel familiar to series veterans. Racing is all about striking a balance between boosting and tricking to refill your meter. Getting the gold requires finding the perfect line through the more open courses. Trick events are where this SSX feels most arcadey. Winding up for jumps sends your boarder spiralling off into complex aerial displays of flips, pirouettes and grabs. Land enough big moves to max out your tricky meter, and those grabs become board-spinning uber tricks, and eventually the spectacular signature super ubers. Keeping your combo going with rail grinds, nose slides and jumps in one endless string is the only way to top the leaderboards. The deadly descents are where the final third of the mantra come into play: survive it. These jaw-dropping moments cap off every mountain range in style and bring the new survival gear into play. Whether it's a journey into the dark heart of Kilimanjaro with nothing but a headlamp to light the narrow paths, or popping your wingsuit to glide over the peaks of Patagonia, these descents are tense, terrifying and spectacular. Unfortunately, this emotional rollercoaster includes a little frustration thanks to a wonky rewind feature that's far too finicky and the muted avalanche run.
My board and my suit have been specifically engineered to take all the knocks the toughest line of the Rockies can throw my way.
It's obvious from the online options that this SSX has been built to last. Global events where you compete in real time against friends and strangers are backed up by RiderNet to riff on the autolog from Need for Speed. It's the kind of always-on score tracking that turns friendships into rivalries and rivalries into an obsessive-compulsive disorder, which in this instance is a good thing.
This is just the sort of place your average snowboarder lives for.
SSX may be a bit more serious. It has real-world locales and some of the best online EA ever dreamt up, but it still captures the effortless cool of the series' early entries. It's in the basic big air and showing off with helicopter grinds, but most of all, it's how 2 simple words can transport you back 10 years in time. SSX is not only fantastic, it's tricky.